The lamp is still on. It is 2 in the morning, and she has not moved in 3 hours. Not because she is tired, because of one sentence. One sentence she has read 100 times before, and tonight it finally said something back. Her name is Mara. She is 26 years old. She has studied theology for 4 years. She can quote Augustine. She can read Greek. She has written 40 pages about the nature of grace. And tonight, in a small apartment with cold coffee on the desk, she is sitting with 7 words, just 7, and she does not know what to do with them. There is a kind of knowledge that lives in the head, clean, organized, safe. You can hold it at arm's length. You can write about it. You can defend it in a room full of people who agree with you. And then there is the other kind, the kind that arrives at 2 in the morning, the kind that does not ask permission, the kind that finds the one question you have been carefully not asking and sits down right beside it. Mara had been a serious student her whole life, serious in the way that some people are serious about faith, not cold, but careful. She grew up in a church-going family in the American Midwest. Sunday mornings, Wednesday evenings, Bible camp in the summers. Faith was the water she swam in. She never questioned it, not because she was afraid to, but because it had never hurt her. Not yet. She came to seminary the way you come to a place you already belong, confident, prepared, grateful. In her first year, she loved every class: church history, biblical languages, systematic theology. She filled notebooks. She asked good questions. Her professors liked her. She liked herself in those rooms. She felt seen. She felt useful. And this is the word she would use later when she was honest about it. She felt worthy. Worthy of the knowledge, worthy of the calling, worthy of God's attention. And she never stopped to wonder whether that feeling was faith or something else entirely. The dissertation came in her 3rd year. The question assigned to her was simple on the surface. What does Jesus actually teach about the requirements for belonging to God? Not what the church teaches, not what tradition says. What does Jesus himself say? She went to the texts. She read them carefully the way she always did. She made notes. She organized her sources. She built her argument. And she was almost finished, almost comfortable, when she came to a passage she had read 100 times. Matthew 11, verse 28. And this time, it did not let her go. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. She stared at the page. She read it again. Weary, burdened. That was the requirement. Not righteous, not prepared, not worthy, just tired. She sat back in her chair. The lamp hummed. The coffee went cold. And something inside her, something she had been building carefully for years, began very quietly to come apart. Because Mara was not weary, Mara was impressive. She had built her faith like a tower, stone by stone, credential by credential. Every class passed, every paper praised, every question answered correctly. She had never once come to God empty-handed. She had always brought something: proof, evidence, performance. And now, here was Jesus, saying none of that was the door. Tiredness was the door. Need was the door. The empty hands were the door. She whispered the verse aloud. Her voice was strange in the quiet room. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. She had known this verse since she was 7 years old. She had memorized it. She had taught it to others. And tonight was the first time she had ever heard it. Really heard it. Because tonight, she finally had to ask the question she had been avoiding for years. Had she ever come to God as herself, Or had she only ever come as the person she was trying to become? And she sat with that question for a long time. Scholars who have spent their lives with Matthew 11:28 say this: the invitation is not conditional on virtue. It is conditional on need. The Greek word Jesus uses, doite prosme, is a present imperative, a continuous, ongoing command. Come, keep coming. Come as you are now, come as you are tomorrow. Not once, not when ready, always. New Testament scholar N.T. Wright writes that this passage stands in direct contrast to the religious culture of Jesus' time, a culture where access to God was managed through performance, purity, and proper observance, where belonging was earned, where the burden of worthiness was placed entirely on the individual, and Jesus simply set that down. He did not say, "Come to me when you have studied enough." He did not say, "Come to me when you have sinned less." He did not say, "Come to me when you have something to offer." He said, "Come to me when you are tired. Come to me when the weight is too heavy. Come to me with nothing." Because the yoke I offer, Jesus says, is easy and my burden is light. Early church writers noted something quietly radical about this. Origen, writing in the 3rd century, observed that Jesus places himself, not the law, not the temple, not the institution, at the center of rest. Not a system, a person. Come to me, not come to the right answers, not come to the correct practice. Come to me. Mara read that for the first time not as theology, but as an invitation addressed to her specifically, personally, right now. She closed her eyes, and for the first time in 4 years of study, she let herself be tired. Not productive, not impressive, not building towards something, just tired. And the moment she did, something released, something she had not known she was holding. She had been carrying so much, the weight of being good enough, the weight of knowing enough, the weight of being the kind of person God would want near him. She had not realized how heavy it was until she set it down. She sat in the silence for a long time, the lamp still burning, the city still outside. And something in the room felt not dramatic, not electric, just gentle. The way light feels when it has been there all along and you only just turn toward it. She picked up her pen. She did not write theology. She wrote one sentence in the margin of her notes. I have been trying to earn an open door. She stared at it. Then she wrote beneath it, it was never locked. By the time morning came, she had not slept, but she was not tired in the old way. She was quiet in a way she had never been quiet before. She did not finish her dissertation that night, but she knew finally what it was about. Not what Jesus requires, what Jesus offers. And those are not the same thing, not even close. There is something worth sitting with here. Jesus did not say, "Come to me when you are strong." He did not say, "Come to me when you are certain." He said, "Come to me when the weight is too much," which means the weight is the invitation. The exhaustion is not the obstacle. It is the door. We spend so much of our lives trying to be worthy of love, trying to be impressive enough, faithful enough, good enough. We build towers, we collect credentials, we perform. And all the while, an old sentence sits quietly on a page, waiting, not asking for any of it, just asking for us, as we are, right now, in whatever state we arrive. The most transforming truth is often the simplest one, not hidden in complexity, hidden in plain sight, waiting for the night when we are finally tired enough to hear it. If you have been carrying something heavy, a question about whether you are enough, a fear that God is keeping score, a sense that you must earn your way to rest, maybe tonight is the night you set it down. Not because you have finally become worthy, but because you never had to be. And maybe the question worth sitting with is this: what would change in your faith if you believed that God's first requirement of you was simply to come? This has been an Alabaster Stories meditation. May the quiet find you.